broadening of the light pulses, also called as dispersion, is a critical factor that limits the quality of signal transmissions over optical link. Dispersion is a consequence of the physical properties of the transmission medium. So in this video, we will take a look at how to measure the dispersion, and also we will see how we can compare between different compensation methods using OPSIM. You can create this design by dragging and dropping the components, as you can see in the design area, from the all models, sample mode models. So if you expand the sample mode models, under optical sources you can find the CW laser source. Under the electrical source you can find the electrical Gaussian noise generator. Under optical modulators you can find the linear amplitude modulator. Optical fiber, under the fiber, see the photodetector tree, there you can find the pin photodiode model. So if you just expand the measurement components, find the electrical spectrum analyzer. Basically this electrical spectrum analyzer is being used for visualization of the result. Here we are using a CW laser source with the 1550 center emission wavelength, and CW power is taken as 5 milliwatt. And we are using a linear MZ modulator. So here the excess loss of the amplitude modulator is taken as 6. The output from the amplitude modulator is connected to a linear fiber of length 100 kilometer. The loss is taken as 0.2 dB per kilometer, and dispersion at reference frequency is taken as 18.5 picoseconds nanometer per kilometer. If you want to do some statistical dispersion, or if you want to study the nonlinearity effects, then you can set the properties under the statistical dispersion and advanced effect tabs under the properties of the fiber. The output from the linear fiber is received using a pin photodiode, and we have added an electrical spectrum analyzer at the output of the receiver to visualize the spectrum. So basically this method requires the electrical to electrical transfer function of the link that composed of this particular linear optical modulator, the fiber span and the photodiode. The average dispersion is related to the first zero of the resulting transfer function, and the following law expresses the frequency, or basically the reference frequency, corresponding to the youth zeros of the transfer function, as you can see in the equation. Here L is a fiber length and D is a fiber dispersion, and alpha is the modulator chirp. Once simulation is complete, you can just view the electrical spectrum. So from this spectrum you can analyze the dispersion in the fiber. So now let us take a look at how dispersion compensation can be done in OPSIM. So basically one method for dispersion compensation is to deploy specially designed section of fiber with a negative chromatic dispersion. So here in this example we are going to compare among 3 different dispersion compensation methods, basically pre, post and symmetrical full dispersion compensation. This is the OPSIM schematic for such a comparative study. So here the first section of the design shows a pre-compensation scheme, second for a post-compensation, and third for symmetrical compensation scheme. So now we will analyze each of the schemes separately, and then we will run a simulation and compare the results of each of these different schemes. This is basically a sample mode example, and all the components that you can see in the design area, you can get it from the all model sample mode models under the Explorer section. So if you just expand the sample mode models, you can get all the components. You can just open the optical sources to find the CW laser. Then you need a data source which you can go to the logical source section. There you can find the data source. Then for the modulated drivers like the NRZ driver, you can go for the modulator driver section. There you can find the NRZ rectangular driver. Then you can go for the optical modulator, which is actually a sine square modulator that's being used here. So you can find it under optical modulators. Booster, which is an optical amplifier which is of fixed output power. So you can find that under optical amplifier, and there you can see the fixed output power optical amplifier. So all these models constitute the transmitter. So you can just drag and drop these components into your design area. Now if you move to the receiver section, there you can find a pin photodiode, which you can find under the photodetectors, pin photodiode. And we are using an optical filter, which you can see under optical filter, which is a Bessel optical filter. Under measurement component, you can find the electrical scope. So just drag and drop these components into your design area. Now you want to create a channel. So in this example, we are dealing with optical dispersion compensation. We are going to use two fibers, one a 24 kilometer fiber and another a 120 kilometer fiber. So the 24 kilometer fiber will be used as a dispersion compensation fiber with a minus 80 picosecond nanometer per kilometer dispersion, which is the negative chromatic dispersion value. And for the 120 kilometer of fiber, we are going to set the dispersion at 16 picosecond nanometer kilometer. And then we are going to use two inline EDFA after each of the fiber. So here the optical link is composed of two iterations of the same span. Let us take a look at how you can create or what component is used to create the iteration loop. So now to create two iterations of the same fiber span, we are going to use an iteration loop. So you can find the iteration loop from the toolbox here, the OPSIM iteration loop. You can just click and drop it into your design area. So if you go to the properties of that particular loop, you can set the number of repetitions. If you require two iterations, you can set the number of repetitions as 2. So once you have done any change, click on apply OK. Now if you right click, go to look inside option. So this is the area where you will be adding your fiber link. For this particular example of pre-compensation, we are going to use two fibers, normal fiber and other is a dispersion compensating fiber. And we are going to add two fixed power amplifiers that you can access from the optical amplifiers. Dispersion compensation fiber, we are going to set the fiber length as 20 km and the dispersion value as minus 18 picoseconds nanometer per kilometer. That is the negative dispersion value. And for the second fiber, if you go to the properties, here we are going to set the length as 120 kilometer and the dispersion is 16 picosecond nanometer kilometer. Click on apply OK. So we are using two fixed power amplifiers as well. So if you just open the properties, you can see that the output power is defined as a variable power for both the amplifiers. So these are used as inline amplifiers. Once these components are dragged and dropped into your design areas, you can make the connections as seen here. You can complete this design by making the connection. So in the same design area, we are going to create the model for post compensation scheme. So here again we have added the transmitter, we have the link. And post compensation scheme, the basic difference is where you add the dispersion compensation fiber. So if you just expand the loop and look inside, you can see that the first fiber is length is taken as 120 kilometer and the dispersion is 16, that is the normal fiber. And this fiber, which is having a negative dispersion compensation, is added after the fiber. So this is basically for the post dispersion compensation. This one is a symmetrical compensation scheme, which is a combination of both pre and post compensation techniques. So there you can see first the DCF and then the normal fiber. Again the fiber link repeats and then we are adding the second DCF fiber. To perform the simulation, you can just click on to the go button. So here you can start single run. For analysis, you can either perform a linear VBS simulation. So if you use a linear VBS simulation, you can analyze only the compensation effects if required. If you want to analyze the or show the interaction among dispersion compensation and the nonlinear effect, you can go for a full VBS simulation. And those simulation parameters can be configured from the simulation parameter window. As you can see here, VBS linear or VBS full. So right now we have performed a full VBA simulation. You can compare the eye diagram. So for each of these, so you can compare the different compensation schemes. This is for the pre-compensation, this is for the post-compensation, and this is for the symmetrical compensation scheme. Also, you can analyze the corresponding power spectrum for each of the three, and you can superimpose these images and compare as well. So if you go to edit, copy, and you can just go to the edit of the second output window and paste it there. Same way here, this is for the symmetric compensation. I'm going to the edit option, copy, and here I'm going to edit and paste. So right now you can see all the three spectrums in a single window. You can also compare the histogram for both the electrical signal and the eye diagram. So if you want to study how optical power changes the nonlinearity impact on the system, you can do that using a parametric scan. For that, you need to define a variable power. You can go to the symbol table. There you can create a variable named power, and you can assign a value to the variable. Once you have added the variable in the symbol table, you have to assign that variables to the corresponding blocks or the corresponding model. So you will have to assign that particular value power to the optical amplifiers in all the three schemes. You can assign that value to the booster amplifiers, as well as if you just expand the link, there you have two optical amplifiers. So there again you can go to the properties and give the variable as power. Once that is done, you can just go to the run option. There you can go to the setup scan option, and you can add a column, and you can give the parameter as power. So basically here we are going to analyze for two power values, 5 and 10. So once that is done, you can just go to the scan option and just click on to yes and start a parameter scan. Once simulation is complete, you can just go to the electrical scope and you can view the different outputs. If you just view the eye diagram, so here you can see the eye diagram for the pre-compensation for the two runs. One is for the 5 dBm power and second is for the 10 dBm power. So same way you can analyze the spectrum for different runs. You can see the variations. Likewise, you can analyze the impact of nonlinearity on the system for different optical powers.